Tuesday, Minnesota State Patrol Officer Shane Roper issued 9 criminal charges by Olmsted County for his role in the fatal May 18th crash that claimed the life of Olivia Flores and injured several others.
Public Safety's personnel file for Roper showing that this is not the first incident that involves speeding.
5 of them were felony charges, including second-degree manslaughter and criminal vehicular homicide.
Olivia Flores was an 18-year-old high school senior. She was heading to the mall on May 24th, 2024. Her life was cut short by a trooper named Roper, who we're going to get into right now. And this whole incident is leaving the whole entire community up in arms and looking for answers. The incident in question has really everybody up in arms, and they're really questioning the guy. His name is Roper. He's State Patrol Trooper Roper, who's been with the department since 2015. Little facts about Roper. Roper's 32 years old. He's employed since 2015, like I said, with Minnesota State Patrol. He's also completed an emergency vehicle operation and pursuit course. And that was in 2015 when he was hired. I guess they all do that as well. And here's what's troubling. He is known among his fellow officers as being an aggressive and dangerous driver. Trooper Roper's actions show a pattern of seriously bad driving. Let me get into his history a little bit. In February of 2019, Trooper came to another call with another trooper, slammed into his car, caused significant damages to the car, and the other trooper reprimanded him on the spot about his aggressive driving, totaled the cars, both cars, significant damages to both cars, and all he got was a letter of reprimand. That's all Roper got. Trooper Roper was driving in poor conditions during this incident as well, and that other deputy was injured as well, but not so serious that he lost any limbs or something of that nature. But it was serious. And like I said, all he got was a reprimand. So here's a pattern. This started 2019. 2 years later, in May of 2021, Roper had another accident involved with another civilian who had a concussion and some other injuries. Cost the state some medical fees and, of course, the damage to cars and of that nature. What happened was he failed to notice a stop sign. Now, what the state reprimand said, here he lost 8 hours of vacation time. And in the reprimand, it actually said, we have concerns about his driving. And he had to take a refresher driving course. This is the state trooper who's giving you a ticket. Okay, another incident in 2021. You'll like this one. Bad weather. This trooper, no lights and sirens, going 22 miles an hour over the speed limit, hits a deer, causing significant front-end damage to the vehicle. But get this, he doesn't report it. I'm not understanding this a little bit after a lot of research. How can't you report significant front-end damage to your vehicle? And again, what happens? He only gets a reprimand for not filing this report, whether it's on time or not. So here's a trooper who's totally not caring about any traffic laws, obviously not even caring about reporting something. Let's keep going on our famous trooper here, Roper. In April of 2023, he's going 90 miles an hour, no lights and siren, that's a pattern, and he crashes uncontrolled, one-car accident into one of those mediums with the metal mediums, causing significant damage. But this brings up a lot of concern about his suitability as a patrol officer. They have suitability about his patrol officer, but get this. All he gets is 8 hours, no pay. That's his punishment. Go figure. We're going to be talking about the deeper consequences in this case. Roper's pattern of bad driving culminated in the crash on May 24th, 2024 of Olivia Flores' death. Olivia Flores was going into the mall, making a left. Here comes Trooper Roper, 83 miles into the 40, no lights, no siren, big pattern. Supposedly, and I'm saying supposedly because I can't find it, he was in pursuit trying to close the gap on somebody he's following. And, I talked to enough troopers about this and police. It's illegal to do that. You have to do your lights and siren just for this incident, just for this. So already he's just not listening, or he's not being told proper procedure in this police department, but we're going to get into that. So here it is, 5:45, rush hour, 83, supposedly going through a pursuit, supposable pursuit, kills this girl, hurts 6 other people, seriously injuries now. 6 other people, serious injuries. Forget the cost of this as. How about the human tragedy of this young lady losing her life? And obviously, people are up in arms. At what point is Trooper Roper just a reckless driver who has a badge and a gun? That's what I'm looking at right now. You can't have this many incidents and not have any consequences to anybody. Just can't happen. For this incident, Roper so far was put on paid administrative leave. I'm not a big fan of that if they have enough evidence, but I also understand what do you do if not? We actually had some discussions with other people about this, and one of the suggestions was put the money in an escrow, if you want to call it that, and then maybe give it to him if he's found innocent. I'm not such a big fan of that because how do you pay your bills? And these cops don't get paid enough money as it is, and that's another topic we're going to get into. But in the wake of this, now it just came out, he has been charged with second-degree manslaughter and criminal vehicular homicide. Criminal vehicular homicide and second-degree manslaughter. This is serious stuff that could really cause a lot of time for this man and lose his life. Roper faces a total of 9 criminal charges. Think what I just said. 9 criminal, including the second-degree manslaughter and multiple counts of criminal vehicular operation. Criminal vehicular operation. What that means is he's running his vehicle in such a way that it's actual criminal. It's like as if you out there were driving your car at 120 miles an hour in a 65 zone. That would be criminal operation of a vehicle because you're likely to hurt somebody if anything happened, and obviously he did. Now the Flores family already has filed civil lawsuits against Minnesota State Patrol, and why they did that is because they're seeking damages for, of course, the loss of their daughter, and that's tragic. And you can't pay these people enough for that. But these people also put in there, they want policy reforms to prevent future incidents. And that's important because it seems like this family is looking for change the system so this doesn't happen again. But he still remains on paid administrative leave. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments on that. The community is outraged and demanding accountability as they should. The silence from public officials is what concerns me as well. And that is a part, and that's Tim Walsh, who's now running for vice president, and this is his state. I think it's disgusting that he hasn't even reached out to this family. I think it's disgusting that they haven't talked to this family. Either the head of the Highway State Patrol hasn't did anything as well. And now they have vigils going on. There has been marches going on. There's even a hashtag called Justice for Olivia. So check it out on all social media. And it is gaining momentum as we do this video because this is a tragedy that is totally preventable, people. Totally preventable. This is really a tragedy and something that could have been prevented. And here's where I'm going to go off and really talk about who I think is partly to blame in this case as well. How about the supervisors of this man? I read to you everything that happened to this guy and every incident he happened. The worst thing that ever happened to him, he's got an 8 hours lost pay and vacation pay one time. This man should have been off patrol a long time before this incident happened. His own people knew. I'm a big advocate of saying, if you take 100 people, whether it's a police department or Amazon, if you have 100 people, you're going to have bad apples. I am not really vilifying police because there's bad apples. What I am vilifying is the supervision of this man or any police department. Because at what point do you blame the supervisors? You know, in the law, they call that deliberate indifference. They knew this guy was a danger behind the wheel. I don't know whose son-in-law he is, whose brother or cousin or whose friend this guy is, but this guy's been having incidents since 3-4 years after he joined the force. Incident after incident, costing the state money, and tragedies, people getting hurt. This is not the first incident. Sadly, this is the first death. And it could have been worse. 6 other people were involved in this crash. And they had a ride-along. Who's the supervisor? who approved a ride-along with this clown. Yeah, he's a clown. This man did not deserve to be behind the wheel of any car, no less a patrol car. No lights and siren. Listen, if I had lights and siren, they'd be going crazy. I'd be going nuts on it. I wouldn't turn them off to try to catch people, which is illegal, which I discussed. We have a trooper who consults with us here on the channel, and that trooper has been a trooper for a decade, and he is mortified on why this guy was even on the road. This guy was never taken off the road. This man was never suspended. At what point are we to blame the head of State Patrol? How about his immediate supervisors? How about his precinct supervisor? You know, they all have different precincts in the State Patrol, whatever part of the state they're in. Don't you think that this guy's supervisor should have took this guy and said, wait a minute, get him off the road? But no, that's who I am holding accountable. Every other person who has a driver's license would have that driver's license suspended and not have the right to drive. I watched it happen with elderly people, and I watched it happen with young, reckless people. They pulled their license. This man should have had his license pulled, no less a police certification to give me a ticket. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, unique, please like, share, and subscribe. It does help us, and you'll stay updated because I'm going to give updates on cases as we move forward as well. So let's try to prevent tragedies like this. You drive right. Stay safe out there. If you know of cases like this that I might not have heard of, please add it in the comments. We're going to be reading comments all the time, and I want to do that as well. We need to put a spotlight on bad driving, law enforcement, or whatever. Have a great day. See you in the next video.